Shabbat Shalom. I hope that you had a meaningful Seder and that you either spent one of them with our community or that you managed to connect virtually with family and friends. I know these circumstances are so unusual. I was speaking this week and last week with our B'nai Mitzvah, our spring B'nai Mitzvah class, all of whom had to postpone their B'nai Mitzvah to the fall. And I could sense their disappointment. I could hear the disappointment in their voices. They even miss school. They even miss exams. And they're not sure about their summer plans as well. I suggested to them there might be one silver lining in all of this, that we wouldn't have wanted to acquire this wisdom in this way, but perhaps we will anyway, which is, I hope that when they look back at this experience, they always remember what it was like to have this sense of uncertainty affect their lives, and that it'll be meaningful to them as they look back at it. That when I even suggested to some students that maybe 50 or 60 years from now, when they're coming into town to celebrate their grandchildren's B'nai Mitzvah, and they'll sit around the Shabbat table the night before, and they'll tell again how in the spring of 2020 they had to defer their B'nai Mitzvah, and the grandchildren will look at them rolling their eyes, "Grandma or Grandpa, do we have to hear this story again for the 50th time?" But I suggested to our young people that if they become a little more grounded, a little more appreciative of the uncertainties of life, having experienced it in their own flesh, and a bit more appreciative of Jewish tradition, that in the long run, that too will have been a good thing. And I suggest the same to all of us. Shabbat Shalom. Cantor Singer, take it away.
Shabbat תשתוכחי ומתני, אך יחזו עניי עמי, ונמנתה יראתי לך דודי. יקרתה ונשמה, מקבלה, והיו למשיסה שוסה, ורחקו כל אלוהי, יסיס עלי אלוהי, כמסוס נתן על כלך דודי. יקרתה ונשמה, תפרוצי את אדוני, תעריצי על ידי, ונפרצי ונשמחה ונגיע לך דודי. נקרא כלה ונשמה, נקבלה, והיו למשיסה שוסייך ורחקו כל אלוהי, יסיס עלי אלוהי, כמסוס נתן על כלך דודי. יקרא כלה ונשמה, This is when you can rise and face the back. To greet the bride. Shabbat Shalom. Wish your family Shabbat Shalom in your homes. Let's be thankful together on page 22. Mizmor Shir Yom HaShabbat. Such a beautiful day to be thankful for this time of rest. Mizmor Shir LeYom HaShabbat. תבל בל תימות, נכון כיסך מעוז מהומתה, נעשהו נרות אדוני, נעשהו נרות כולם, יישאו נהרות דוחים.
Shabbat Shalom. Over the past several weeks, I've managed to speak with dozens of you, and I know how you feel. We feel the same way. I feel like some cooped up bird in a cage. And that got me thinking, there actually is a passage in Jewish tradition about a very famous sage who was cooped up in a cave for 13 years. His name was Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. He was among the leaders of the Jewish community. He was born about a decade after the destruction of the temple, during a period of foment and rebellion against Roman occupation. And Rabbi Bar Yochai was probably among those in the Jewish community who took a more militant view against Roman occupation and probably promoted a kind of rebellion. And sure enough, word got to the Romans about this militant personality, and that caused Rabbi Bar Yochai to flee. And we read in the Talmud that he flees to a cave, and he spends 13 years there in a cave. And he's meditating, he's praying, he's learning Torah there. And we have two versions of what happens to him when he emerges, because we have two Talmuds. Why not? We have a Babylonian Talmud and a Jerusalem Talmud. That's so typical of Jews. Why have only one Talmud if you can have two Talmuds? It's kind of like the Jew on a deserted island, and he shows his rescuers two buildings, and he says, this is the synagogue I go to, and this one I never step foot in. And so we have two versions of what emerges, how Shimon Bar Yochai emerges, one in the Babylonian Talmud, the second in the Jerusalem Talmud. In the Babylonian Talmud, he emerges as if nothing essentially happens. He hasn't changed. He remains militant. He goes out and he admonishes his fellow citizens for what he perceives to be their petty materialism. And he then hears a heavenly voice descend from the heavens and ordering him, Shimon Bar Yochai, go back into the cave. You learned nothing. Wherein the Babylonian Talmud then tells us that he spent another year studying contemplating in the cave. The Jerusalem Talmud tells us of the emergence of Bar Yochai in a different way. He emerges from the mouth of the cave and he sees a hunter ensnaring birds. And he then hears a heavenly voice that says, "Free." And the bird flies away. And Bar Yochai concludes from that as nothing happens in the world without God willing it, whereas there is not even the possibility of a hunter ensnaring a bird without it being willed in heaven, so too, he says, all the more so with respect to human beings. And Rabbi Bar Yochai then understood that to be a sign that it was all clear and he could emerge from the cave. So we have here two models of the emergence of Bar Yochai from quarantine, from social isolation. The first is in the Babylonian Talmud, where, in effect, he learns nothing. He's the same person. He has the same militant, narrow views. He has the same kind of intolerance towards his fellow citizens. And the second version, which is the better version, is from the Jerusalem Talmud, where we read that he becomes more mellow, he becomes more reflective, he's more socially minded. He understands the interconnectedness of all things in the universe. He sees a bird fly away and he thinks to himself, freedom, liberty. He understands that in some way the destiny of this bird in some way is connected to his own destiny and what it might be like to fly to the heavens and touch the face of God. His emergence triggers in him intense contemplation about his responsibility and his connectedness to fellow human beings. He's much more sensitive to human vulnerabilities and much more aware of the blessing of liberty. And so we have two models for ourselves as we will sooner or later emerge from this social isolation. The first is from the Babylonian Talmud, where in effect we will learn hardly anything at all. We will be unchanged. We'll be the same kind of people with the same intolerances, the same pettiness, the same lack of empathy and sympathy with fellow human beings, the same arrogance, insensitive to human vulnerabilities. Or we can pursue the second model, which is a model of being much more understanding of the vulnerabilities of other people. We've had a time to think, a time to reflect deeply about the nature of our lives, how we want to lead our lives, and we might be able to resolve to do a little bit better from this enforced period of social isolation, which causes us to think more deeply about ourselves and our own condition. And it might cause us to reestablish priorities in life. Was it really that important to work so intensely hard, day in and day out, week by week, month by month, and year by year, thus missing some of the smaller things in life that make life worth living? And I conclude with this brilliant passage from one of the essays of Robert Louis Stevenson. He writes, "Perpetual devotion to what a man calls his business is only to be sustained by perpetual neglect of many other things. And it is not by any means certain that a man's business is the most important thing that he has to do." Shabbat Shalom.
Baruch together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, בחוכמה פותח שערים, ובתבונה משנה עיתים, ומחליף את הזמנים, ומסדר את הכוכבים, במשמרותיהם ברקיע כרצונו. בורא יום ולילה, גולל אור מפני חושך, וחושך מפני אור. ומעביר יום ומביא לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו. אל חי וקיים, תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד, ברוך אתה אדוני המעריב ערבים. הגדולה בית ישראל עמך אהבת תורה ומצוות חוקים ומשפטים אותנו לימדת בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך, ושוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם, ברצון קיבלו עליהם משה ומרים ובני ישראל, לחנו שירה בשמחה רבה, ואמרו כולם. Micha, Mocha, השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום, לשלום, והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים. ופרוס עלינו סוכת שומך, ופרוס עלינו סוכת שומך. אמן. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום, לשלום, והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים. ופרוס עלינו סוכת שומך, ופרוס עלינו סוכת שומך. אמן.
It only takes the tiniest stream of light to pierce darkness. We read in the Torah that creation began with God saying, "Let there be light." Before that, there was only chaos. Darkness and light merged together indistinguishable, like a never-ending void. Here's a truth we live with: darkness, chaos, and illness. But here's another truth. Even the smallest light has the capacity to pierce darkness. In fact, light can only be fully realized when it is separated against the foil of darkness. May we find light, strength in the face of illness, despair, and anxiety. And may we be sources of strength to each other. May God give us strength and healing. Misheberach Avotenu ve'imotenu Avraham Yitzchak ve'Yaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah Hu Yivarech et HaCholim. If you are praying for healing for yourself or for someone else, and you'd like to share their names aloud or in your hearts with us, please do so now from wherever you are. May the Holy One bless us with our health to be restored and our strength to be revived. And let us say, Amen. We turn to page 282 for the Aleinu, and we rise. Aleinu leshabeach la'adon hakol, latit gedula liotze bereshit, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומושבי קרוב השמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובי מרמים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, כך כתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום בהשבת אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד. ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. Our thoughts now turn to those who have departed from this earth. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. If you are saying Kaddish for someone and you'd like to share their names with us out loud or in your hearts, please do so now. We turn to page 294 and we rise as one community for the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach yerutei ve'amlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman kari v'imru, Amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevorach le'olam u'lalmei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei dekudusha b'richu, Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru, Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, Amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say, Amen. Osi shalom b'mromav, uyasi shalom, alinu ve'al kol Yisrael, We now close our service with words of blessing. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and may God protect you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. May God's face shine upon you and may God be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May you feel God's presence with you always, and may God grant you light, strength, and peace. Amen.
Everybody sing die, dayendo, die, dayendo, die, dayendo, 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 die, dayendo, die, dayendo, die, dayendo, dayendo, dayendo. Ilo natan lano et Shabbat, natan lano et Shabbat, die. Everybody sing die, dayendo, die, dayendo, die, dayendo, 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 die, dayendo. Everybody sing die, Eloheinu!
Please join me for the kiddush. ויהי בוקר יום השישי, ויחולו השמיים והארץ, וחצבם, ויחל אלוהים ביום השביעי, מלאכתו אשר עשה, וישבות ביום השביעי, מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה, ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי, ויקדש אותו, כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו, אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות. סברי רבותיי וחבריי, לחיים. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, בורא פרי הגפן. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר קידשנו במצוותיו ורצבנו, ושבת קודשו באהבה ורצון הנחילנו, זיכרון למעשה וראשית, כי הוא יום תחילה למקרא קודש, זכר לציאת מצרים. כי באנו בחרת, ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. Amen. And today we have matzah instead of challah, but we say the same blessing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Pritei avon. Bon appetit. Enjoy. Shabbat shalom. May you be blessed this Shabbat with light and some peace and strength. Shabbat shalom.